I need to tell you about a conversation that broke my heart and completely changed how I think about retirement spending. We were in Miami recently, just trying to get away and relax for a few days, when we met this couple on our first night there. They seemed to have everything figured out. Nice retirement savings, good health, beautiful place. But by the second evening, the truth came out. "We feel completely lost," the wife confided to us over dinner. "We thought retirement would be different. We have the money, but we just feel empty." If you're retired or planning retirement and think success is just about saving enough money, what I'm about to share could save you from years of disappointment and regret. Because this couple taught me that there are 8 specific investments every retiree should make, and most people never even think about them. Let me share exactly what we talked about and the 8 investments that can transform your retirement experience. We became fast friends with this couple over those few days, had dinner together, played pickleball, really got to know them. And as we shared our approach to what we call the discovery phase of life, they kept saying things like, "I feel adrift. I've lost my identity. We don't have purpose anymore." Sound familiar? They were experiencing what we call retirement drift. When you have all the time and money in the world but no direction or energy to enjoy it. Here's what really struck me. They thought retirement was all about saving money and not spending it. They'd saved for 40 years, and now their mindset was, "Don't touch it, just take out what we absolutely need to survive." But some of the things we're going to talk about today aren't expensive. They're investments in yourself that can completely change your retirement experience. We're not talking about buying boats or fancy cars. We're talking about investments that give you energy, purpose, and joy. So that last night in Miami, we sat down with this couple and made a list. 8 things that can transform retirement from surviving to thriving. Let me walk you through exactly what we discussed. Investment number 1, a health tracking device. The first thing we talked about was something we'd bought 5 years ago, our Oura rings. You could also get a Whoop, Apple Watch, or any device that tracks your sleep, steps, and heart rate. "How much does that cost?" they asked. "About $200 to $300. "Oh my gosh, that's so much money," they said. "But here's how I think about it. That's what dinner costs for 4 people, and then it's gone. Spend that money once on a health tracker, and you have it forever helping you understand your body." The Oura ring has become like our daily health guide. Every morning, the first thing my wife and I do is compare our sleep numbers and readiness scores. We talk about why one of us might be off, what affected our sleep, how we're feeling. When my wife was on vacation with our daughters recently, even though she was relaxing in a beautiful place, her readiness scores were really low, but she knew exactly why. Eating late, having wine in the evening, being off her regular fitness schedule. The ring helped her understand how these choices affected her body. Sleep becomes so important as we age. This simple device helps you optimize the most crucial part of your health. The couple in Miami had never heard of this concept, and they both ordered Oura rings before leaving. Investment number 2, gym membership. The second investment we discussed was fitness, either joining a gym, getting a trainer, or buying equipment for home workouts. We started working out in our garage with apps on our phones, some weights, and yoga mats. But here's what we discovered. It's really hard to hold yourself accountable at home. We'd convince each other to skip workouts. "Oh, let's go for coffee instead." When you invest in a gym membership or trainer, you're paying for accountability. And the motivation multiplies when you start seeing results in your strength and energy levels. Plus, you instantly have a community of people focused on health. "But we're on a fixed income," they said. "We can't afford $200 to $300 a month for a gym." Here's what I told them. Talk to a financial advisor about pulling out an extra $200 to $300 monthly for fitness. I guarantee they'll tell you it's one of the best investments you can make for your long-term financial health. Healthcare costs in retirement are enormous. Preventing health problems is always cheaper than treating them. The couple realized they'd been penny-wise and pound-foolish, avoiding small health investments that could save them thousands later. Investment number 3, noise-canceling headphones. This one surprised them. Why would we need noise-canceling headphones? Here's why this changed my retirement. Freedom and learning. When I walk our dog or take walks by myself, I listen to podcasts, call my kids, or just enjoy music. My hands are free, my phone's in my pocket, and I can learn while I'm moving. But here's the part that really helps. When my wife and I need space from each other, I put on my headphones and walk around the neighborhood. It's like having a reset button for my mood and our relationship. Quality noise-canceling headphones cost about $150 to $200, but they give you the freedom to learn anywhere, decompress anytime, and turn simple walks into growth opportunities. The wife looked at her husband and said, "Honey, I think this might solve our problem when you're watching those action movies too loud." Investment number 4, quality walking shoes. We have sneakers, they said when we brought this up, but there's a huge difference between old sneakers and shoes specifically designed for walking and comfort. We used to love Hoka shoes, but now we swear by On-Cloud walking shoes. Look them up, they're amazing. Good walking shoes cost $120 to $150, but they can literally transform your daily movement. If you wore high heels your whole career and developed foot problems, quality walking shoes can make the difference between staying active and becoming sedentary. Walking is the foundation of staying healthy in retirement. Don't let uncomfortable feet keep you from one of the best free exercises available. This couple admitted they'd been avoiding walks because their feet hurt in their old sneakers. We convinced them to invest in proper walking shoes, and it opened up a whole new world of activity for them. Investment number 5, a planning system. This one really opened their eyes. We've been using something called the Panda Planner for 5 years. You can find it on Amazon or their website. It's a physical planner you write in by hand. Each morning you write down 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things you're excited about that day, 1 self-affirmation, and your 5 most important tasks. We don't even share a calendar, the husband admitted. Sometimes I'll make plans and she doesn't even know about them. A planning system creates structure in retirement. Without structure, all that freedom becomes a burden. You wake up saying, "What are we going to do today?" instead of having purpose and direction. The planning process also helps with communication if you're married. When you're both writing down your priorities and sharing them, you're automatically more aligned. The couple realized they'd been living completely reactively instead of intentionally. A $25 planner became the tool to help them design their days instead of just drifting through them. Investment number 6, quality cooking equipment. This one's personal to me because I love to cook, but hear me out. When we retired, we looked at our old pots and pans and realized some of them were unhealthy and dangerous. I still had a Teflon pot my mother used that was flaking off. We decided to invest in quality cooking gear and got a beautiful cast iron skillet. My wife even bought equipment to make me healthier treats. She makes homemade protein cups with dark chocolate and peanut butter that taste like Reese's Cups, but are actually good for me. Here's why this matters. In retirement, you have time to cook healthy meals instead of grabbing fast food. Quality cooking equipment makes the process enjoyable instead of frustrating. Plus, cooking together becomes a shared activity that brings couples closer. The Miami couple realized they'd been eating out constantly because cooking felt like a chore with their old, worn-out equipment. Investment number 7, learning. This investment can truly transform your retirement. We just completed an 11-week course on transitions that started in September and went through January. It was a significant investment, but we did it together. We talked about the material together, worked on homework together, and it became a way to grow as individuals and as a couple. Learning keeps your mind active and gives you something to look forward to each week. Whether it's a college course, online learning, or even subscription services that teach new skills, investing in learning prevents the mental stagnation that leads to retirement drift. The couple admitted they hadn't learned anything new since retiring 3 years ago. They were essentially just existing instead of growing. We convinced them that their minds needed exercise just like their bodies, and investing in learning was the way to provide it. Investment number 8, a travel fund. Finally, we talked about setting aside money specifically for travel and experiences. Even if you don't love traveling, the principle is important. Getting away from your house, your routine, your community. Sometimes even in retirement, you need a vacation from retirement. Our discovery phase life is busy. We have golf, pickleball, this YouTube channel, dinners with friends. Sometimes we just want to get away for a couple of nights, like we did in Miami. But here's the key. Having a dedicated travel fund gives you freedom and flexibility. You can save up for one big trip or use it for several small getaways. When the money's already set aside, it doesn't feel like a blow to your budget. The couple realized they'd been avoiding any travel because they felt guilty about spending their retirement savings. But experiences and memories are exactly what retirement savings should be used for. By the end of our week together, this couple had a completely different perspective on retirement spending. They understood that the best investment isn't always in the stock market. Sometimes it's in your energy, health, learning, and experiences. 3 months later, they sent us an email. They'd bought Oura rings, joined a gym, gotten quality walking shoes, and started using a planning system. "We feel like we have our lives back," they wrote. "We're excited about getting up each morning. That's the power of investing in yourself during retirement. None of these 8 things cost more than a nice dinner, but together they can transform empty days into purposeful, energetic, joyful years." The difference between retirees who thrive and those who just survive isn't how much money they saved. It's how wisely they invest in the things that create energy, purpose, and happiness. Your retirement savings aren't meant to sit untouched. They're meant to fund the life you've been working toward your entire career. These 8 investments can help you actually live that life instead of just existing through it. What resonates most with you from this list? Have you made any of these investments in your retirement, or are you planning to? I'd love to hear which one you think would make the biggest difference in your life. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one and learn so much from your experiences. Thanks for watching. If this opened your eyes like it did for our friends in Miami, please hit that like button and share this with anyone who might be experiencing retirement drift. Don't forget to subscribe for more honest conversations about making the most of your retirement years. I'll see you in the next video.